thumbs up and share. And as always, we love you. So be safe, stay blessed. From our home to your home. Have a good one. Bye.
I don't know how much we lost earlier, but I guess we got enough to make a video.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Hang
La,
on,
la,
Autumn.
la, la, la.
Hang on, Autumn. I'm coming. Here.
Yep, we're back. Now let me try this. The gremlins have been working overtime. Hello, Joy. Glad you came back. We're just going to play with this for a little while and see how it works.
Tell them I got my food ready.
I can't hear him at the hockey game. Hockey game. Randy gonna eat in front of y'all.
I got everything cooked. Everything is amazing.
I see you, Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
So what part of Australia are you in, Steve?
So we're in Victoria, which is on the east coast, down the bottom. So in between New South Wales and Tasmania.
Years ago when Yahoo had Yahoo Chat, we used to have a couple that lived in Australia, and we talked to them every day. They sent our kids T-shirts from Australia. It was pretty cool, and we haven't seen them in years since Yahoo shut down chat.
Yeah. Hey, Jess. Hi, all.
They would get on there with some British people and get to drinking and cussing each other. It was funny.
Yeah, depends
calling
where
each other,
people come from.
yeah, calling each other wankers and stuff.
Yeah, if there's one thing Australians have a good list of, it's names that we can call people.
Oh man, they can cuss. And they had the live chat back then.
So what kind of snake was it that he got the other day?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Okay, so in the area I'm at, we basically have three most common snakes. Eastern brown, which is the second most toxic venom on the planet. That represents probably 95% of the snakes that I chase. Then we have a red belly black, which is less venomous but still potentially lethal. That's about 5%. And then we have very rarely a tiger snake, which is also lethally venomous. But yeah, they're very rare around these parts. So basically the three snakes I encounter, two of them are in the top 10 in the world for venom.
Wow.
How big is the biggest snake that you've captured?
I haven't got a real big one yet. I've only got a 5-footer.
Still big. That's big as me.
Yeah, it's a good sized snake, but the eastern brown can get 6 to 7, even up to 8 feet. But around my part, Bendigo, they tend to sort of get to 4 or 5 feet. It's very rare to see a 6-footer. But having said that, the guy that I work for last season, his first 2 snakes that he caught were both 6.5 feet long, and that's a big brown snake for around here.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have mainly copperheads, water moccasins,
Coral snakes.
little coral snakes, and
Yeah.
king snakes. Uh, what else?
Do you get the garter snakes there?
Spreading that.
What's that?
Do you get garter snakes?
Garden snakes?
Yeah.
No, garter.
Garner. I've never seen one. I'm sure I've heard of them, but never seen one.
Yeah, they're really cool. I've seen video from America with like 5 or 6 of them in a hole with all their heads sticking out. So yeah.
Oh, that's the pekin snake. Oh, is that the spreading netters?
Brandy run up on a spreading adder one time out here. It's the first time I ever seen one. I said, "Look at Cobra." It stood up and hissed at her and took off.
Yep. Yeah. And look, snake behaviour around the world is very similar. You know, they're generally very shy, non-aggressive. All they want to do is get away, and they all have a bluff display, which is basically, look at me, I'm big and scary, nick off.
The only dangerous snake is the one you can't see, but you know he's there.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 And we have 3,000 to 5,000 snake bites a year in Australia, and most of those are people that step on them, or people that attack them, or people like me who pick them up and do something stupid.
Yeah, I was out hunting one time when I was a kid, and I was trying to watch out for snakes. And I stopped and looked around. I said, "Man, I just don't feel right." And I looked down at my feet, and I was standing on a copperhead. I said, "How am I going to get off of this thing without him biting me?" I took a big leap and got off of him, and I turned around and shot him. Scared me.
Yeah, we have federal and state laws that protect our snakes here, so you know we try to encourage people to relocate them and leave them be if possible. But yeah, there's always circumstances where, you know, I recently had one that had got into a house, and their dog found it, and the dog got bitten, and their son actually killed the snake. And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we killed the snake." I said, "Hey, it was in your house. It was injured. It was aggressive. You had no choice." So you know. If it had been out in the yard, I would have said, "Well, you know, you didn't need to do that." But inside your house, yeah, you got to defend yourself.
So are you the snake policeman?
No, not the policeman. We have a department called the Department of Wildlife. So,
okay, just like ours. Huh?
Yeah, I have reported people to the department and initiate investigations. So, yeah.
I don't usually kill snakes anymore. You know, back when we were young and dumb, we did, but
yeah,
I don't mess with them now. If I see one, I just leave him alone.
Yeah. Look, it's all about education, and you know, people are not born afraid of snakes. We're taught it, we learned it, and yeah. I'm not scared of them, but I certainly have a high level of respect for them, and I know what I'm dealing with.
The only time, like I said, when I'm scared of him is when I can't see him and I know he's there.
Yeah. No,
which way do you go?
You've got some great snakes over there, but you know, like your rattlesnakes are similar to our death adders, which I don't have around this area. And the technique that I use for our snakes, I wouldn't be using with a rattlesnake. They're a totally different behaviour and physiology. So, yeah, catching and relocating rattlesnakes is totally different to how you'd relocate an eastern brown. I'd be using tongs and hooks and bags, and I wouldn't be picking them up. They're just too fast. Yeah. Yeah. Although we have Australia Zoo up in Queensland, and they do have a couple of rattlesnakes in there, and I've seen them handle them, and I just look at them and go, "Mate, you are insane." But anyway, they've obviously got the skills and the experience. Joy was saying there's garter snakes in Wisconsin. Yeah, the garter snakes are really cool. They're so funny.
I've never run up on, well, where we live, we don't have rattlesnakes. It's more out West Texas part.
Yeah.
And I've never seen one. People talk about rattlesnakes, but I've never seen one.
And look, that's also a bit of people think Australia is just crawling with snakes. The vast majority of Australians would go through their life and either not see a snake or, very rarely see one. So, they're not in your face and crawling in every backyard and down the street.
Right.
So how's that chili coming along?
It's done. She's got a bowl sitting here in front of me. She was going to eat it, and I don't know what she's walking the baby around now, trying to get her asleep, trying to get her to take a nap. She ain't had a nap today.
No. I'm back. It turned out amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
It's got a little bite. It's not too spicy.
And then the taquitos turned out great.
Yep.
Looks like an egg roll.
But yes, it all turned out really, really good. The Spanish rice is good. I think I like my recipe better. Where you fry your rice.
Yep.
I didn't cook that. You did.
Yeah, but I used your recipe.
No,
So it's your
I
blame.
don't have a recipe. I just throw stuff in it. I didn't watch your rice for you.
I've got a recipe in my book for Texas style chili. So minced meat with all the spices and then I have that on my hot dogs, and I love it. I think I'm actually a frustrated American.
There you go. You should have been here, huh?
Oh,
Oh, that turned out good.
I don't want to hear that. Now she's saying my rice was good. I didn't even cook it. She did. The Spanish people put their rice in a skillet and kind of brown it a little bit. Then they start throwing it all together. And I've tried that recipe, and it didn't work for me.
Yep.
So when I'm cooking my rice, I just throw all the seasonings in there with it. And
so our cuisine is very much influenced by Asia. So we have a fair amount of Thai and Indonesian and Chinese influence. It's sort of a mix of Asian and English, and it's very cosmopolitan. But my favourite rice that I do is I have cooked cold rice, and then it goes into a wok, and that gets fried up with red curry paste, which is a Thai curry paste, and then mixed vegetables and that, and you end up with a sort of a slightly orangey fried up rice with a bit of kick to it, and put bean shoots in it and onions and capsicums, bell peppers, and it's a sensational rice.
hello, Selena. I can't get her to cook with any curry or anything like that. She don't like it, she says. I'm gonna have to try it myself one day.
It's an acquired taste, and I've tried telling that it's a very acquired taste.
Never tried it.
Well, my favourite go-to meal is Madras beef curry, which is from India. So, and it's done in the slow cooker for about 6-7 hours, and it just slowly cooks inside the curry paste and tomato and beef stock. And then by the time it's done, you don't have to chew it. You just put it in your mouth and it just falls apart. It's got a good kick to it. That's really good.
Yeah. I had curry lamb.
You got an acquired taste for lamb.
Yeah, and
Might not have been the curry. It might have been the lamb.
could have been.
I tried a lamb chop one time. I wasn't too crazy about it.
Lamb is the food of the gods. It's just one of the best meats you can eat. But again, that comes from our British influence. So lamb is a staple for a lot of Australians. Roast leg of lamb, lamb chops, crumb lamb chops, barbecue lamb chops. Yeah, it's
We
You can make a really good Indian dish with minced lamb.
We can get lamb here, but it's hard to find and it's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's not a. I mean, your agriculture is all based around cattle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's getting too expensive to buy nowadays.
Well, I was just saying, I heard another stream yesterday that our cattle prices have gone from, we sold 2 steers a little while ago, and we got $2.90 a kilo Australian for live weight. And there was a sale on last week, and they were going for just over $5 a kilo. So they've basically almost doubled in price inside 12 months. So we're just paying huge money for steaks and mincemeat and everything at the moment. It's just crazy. But if the live weight price is going up, then it has to be passed on.
Yes.
She bought some hamburger meat earlier. And it was on sale for $2.49 a pound.
Yeah, regularly like $3 something, ain't it?
Yeah, it's usually close to $3.99 a pound, but she caught it on sale. But steaks run like anywhere from $9 to $13, $14 a pound.
Okay, so our steak at the moment is running at about $40 a kilo. Now a kilo is 2.2 pound. So our steak at the moment is running about $20 a pound. Yeah.
Oh, that's about like our brisket.
No, brisket's $2.49 a pound.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just brisket is like 30 pounds.
But then, they factor in the exchange rate, and that brings it down a little bit for your comparison as well. So, but I mean, our base wage is higher, but we pay more for our stuff. So it's sort of.
And that's what everything is based on is labor costs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody wonders why everything's expensive. If you look back, California's always been higher than on foods and everything, but their labor costs is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
And our labor costs for the chemical plants here is gone crazy. Them guys are making $45, $50 an hour now.
Yeah.
And that just drives the price of everything up.
And look, the economy of a country and the economy of the world has so many different factors, and it's never an easy thing to deal with.
Hello, Shannon. Jones family's here again. Everybody's back again, huh? Just about.
It's actually great to join on and just see you guys face to face and talk. Like we sort of got streams on various live feeds and that, so it's good to say hi.
This is our first time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple of other live streams that they were all right, but we're still learning.
Oh, we all are. Yeah. So we're looking at doing our first one from our channel probably next weekend. So we'll, but we're up to over 160 subs now in 4 months. So we're really happy with that progress. Yeah. So
it took us 9 months to get to 150.
Yeah. I think there's been a bit of an explosion in the last 6 months as well with homesteading and this sort of genre of people sharing. So, hey, Swarmstead, how's it going?
That's in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Swarmstead is one that I'm going to be watching very closely because when we get set up on our homestead or our farm, we're going to have a couple of beehives. So I'll be calling on a few people that I've met here with a bit of knowledge and experience to help me out.
I'm not into bees. We have a company out here that has tons of beehives. They set out in different spots, and every once in a while you'll see them drive down the road with these big flatbed trucks, going to pick them up to move them to different locations.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They have forklifts and everything with them to move all these beehives.
Well, it's interesting too because, and the US is the same as Australia in that our fruit tree industry and the fruit tree farmers are intertwined with the apris, the bee farmers, because they move their beehives into their orchards and basically provide that pollination. So there's big money for beekeepers to move their hives into various farms.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're in Texas, Shanna. Not far from big old Houston. Yuck. I used to live in Houston. Never again.
This is where my brother lives.
It's all parts of Texas getting snow right now. It hadn't had snow in years.
Yeah, no, we don't get snow in my town. That's something I've never seen here.
It's once in a blue moon here.
Every time we get a hurricane, we get snow the following winter.
Yeah.
We didn't. Well, there was supposed to be like 3 hurricanes come through here, but they hit Lake Charles instead of us, which is like 100 miles away. It missed us. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, I can handle most weather, but strong wind and damaging wind just it scares me and it upsets me.
Yep. Yeah. And this cold and rainy season right now, so the yards will stay wet months.
Yeah, well, as I said, we're heading for 99, maybe 100 degrees here today, and I went out to the block yesterday and took some water out for the cows because we're carting water out for our cows. And as you drive in, it's just a dust bowl on the driveway. It's terrible. But we're in a drought.
You're in a drought, but you got some rain.
Hasn't rained here for a couple of weeks, but yeah, we had a not too bad November, but December was just bone dry. So yeah, it's not good. There's
coronavirus about here all locked down. Laszlo, where's that at?
Yeah, we've had no active cases of the virus for 5 days now in Victoria, which has been good. So we had a little bit of a reoccurrence, and we sort of put some measures back in place, and it's back under control. So
that's
Queensland, New South Wales have got a bit of an issue at the moment, but they're working on that. So the borders are closed, and we're restricting movement around, and people are wearing face masks, and it's doing its job.
Yeah, well, when all the bars opened back here, that's when it got bad.
Yeah.
Nobody goes by the rules of social distancing in bars. Everybody gonna sit around and talk and smoke their cigarettes and shoot the crap.
Yeah, exactly. So our restrictions here in Victoria at the moment is if you go into any indoor facility, you have to put a mask on unless you're eating or drinking, and then you can take it off while you're doing that, but then you have to put it back on again.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
That's how it is here, but I noticed that the waitresses go around to each table without a mask. And I said, what good does that do?
Exactly. You might as well not bother.
Yep.
Yeah. So our regulations state that everyone has to have them. So if you're serving, the serving staff all wear one, counter staff, and yeah.
It's probably supposed to be like that here, but not everybody's obeying the rule.
Yeah. Well, we probably have a 99.9% compliance rate, so it's very rare to see someone bucking the rules. Yeah. I
Well,
won't say none at all, but
they probably enforce the rules there too.
they do. Yeah.
They don't here.
And then there's people like me that they walk past and I'll see them without a mask and I'll just say, what, are you too good to wear a mask? So, yeah.
Sounds like me.
So I heard the mayor of Houston tell everybody to wear a mask and shut down the bars, but they also told the police don't enforce none of the rules. So what good's it do to tell them to do it?
Again, why bother?
Yeah, why bother?
It's like, hey, don't go over the speed limit, but if you do, we're not going to book you.
We ain't talking speed limits. I break it all the time.
I do too.
But if we're on a long trip, I'm gone.
I must admit, occasionally, if I've got a snake in a yard and I've got a lady on the phone in tears, sometimes the speed limit just gets stretched a little bit.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I see a snake, I'm gone. The other way.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't care if it's a good snake, bad snake, it don't matter. It's a snake.
Yeah,
They freak me out.
It's a special breed of stupid that lets you do it, I can tell you.
Yeah. Snakes make people hurt themselves most of the time.
It does me.
So, who do you follow in the NFL?
What's that?
Who do you follow in the NFL? Please don't say the Cowboys.
We do.
Well, would you get mad if I say I don't watch it no more? I used to watch it when Don Phillips was with the Houston Oilers, and after they fired him, I said I quit.
Yeah. Well, did the Oilers move or did they disband?
Well, they moved and changed their name. They went to Tennessee. Titans.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got stitched up yesterday, so.
And they still haven't won the Super Bowl. They might have. I can't remember.
Well, when you're putting in guys like Tannehill as your quarterback, you haven't got a hope. I mean, he was a Miami Dolphins reject.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with Houston. They can't seem to win anything.
Mm.
They get close. Never won.
Yeah.
Never win in Houston.
Well, I'm a long-suffering Dolphins fan, so I've been in agony for years.
Yeah, I used to watch Dolphins back in the day. They used to kick some butt.
Yeah. We had a good season this year, but just fell one game short.
Now the Steelers are good.
Oh, I hate the Steelers. All the Steelers had to do the other week was win against the Browns, so Miami would get in. And what did they do? They laid down like a pack of dogs.
Denver Rock.
The Browns smash them.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on the Patriots.
I can't believe you watch football.
Oh, I love American football. That's my go-to football.
And watch y'all's game like football?
Rugby?
Rugby?
Yeah, I prefer to watch rugby league, which is actually based in the state above me. In Victoria, we have Australian rules football, and I used to really enjoy watching that, but not for the last 10 years. I've sort of turned off it.
I've watched it a few times and couldn't figure it out. Hey, what are these guys all butting heads and getting down low? I couldn't figure out how they played that game.
Yeah, well, I mean, gridiron or American football is based on rugby, so it's a game that evolved from the British settlers. So, but it's highly different now. But rugby league is it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
There's some big boys there, and they don't take a sidestep; they just smash into each other. Australian rules, we tend to call that aerial ping pong. It's a more free flowing. It's still a tough game too, though.
Hello, Walsh Farms, Tony. Joy's here still. Micro Farmer, he's here.
Micro Farmer has just admitted to being a Patriot fan. That's it. Your Australian citizenship is now revoked, mate. That is it. You're done. You can't come to Australia if you're a Patriots fan.
Do you watch college football?
Yeah, I love college football. Yeah.
What is your team to go to?
Texas.
No. LSU.
The Boise Broncos.
The Boise Broncos.
Yeah. Sad. The reason is I visited America a few years ago, and I spent some time in Boise, about 3 or 4 days, and I got to walk around the college and see the football field, and a guy gave me a T-shirt, and so that was it.
What are y'all doing? My daughter and her daughter came in. It's funny to sit here on a live and people come in your house. They're like, what are you doing?
What's going on?
I did it. Yeah, it is. I pulled the couch away from the chair and she fell. Of course, she was trying to cross over quicker than I could pull it apart.
Micro's stirring me up now. He's going to fly in his Patriot gear.
Australia.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
This is important.
They just arrest him at the gates.
Yeah, I'll set up border protection to cancel his visa.
Shoot the plane down over the ocean. Jason, you've been working on that gin for a little while now. You should know.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my son Harrison to wake up, and then I'm gonna. He's got his friend over here, and we're gonna go off and do a few things. So,
Okay.
Sounds asleep at the moment.
I'm fixing to jump off here too and go eat some of this too.
Yeah.
Get warmed up. Well, thanks for coming on and chatting with us.
Oh, always a pleasure. So look for Sweeney's Creek Farm next weekend. So if we jump on live, we'll have it open for people to come in. So if you want to jump on and say hello, you're welcome to.
Do you use StreamYard or what do you use?
Yeah, StreamYards. Yeah. Okay.
You can't do that just on regular YouTube.
No.
Okay.
So I've got it set up for here. So.
They should have that option, I think.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Oh, okay, Sam, I'm gonna get off here too, man.
Yeah, well, that way Micro can leave me alone and stop hassling me, eh?
Wasn't too hard. So far, I just got to figure out this moderator thing.
Yeah, no, you did a good job. You got there eventually, so it's all fine. I've adopted Micro as an Aussie, and he's learning how to give people a hard time, which is very Australian. So he's really getting there.
Yeah, he learned pretty fast, didn't he?
As I said, if an Aussie isn't picking on you, they don't like you.
I'm coming over with pack gear.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, better get going here. Lovely to see you, and hi everyone again. And
Thanks for coming on.
we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yep, sure will.
Go enjoy that chili.
All righty, Steve. See you later, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody, I'm going to get off here and go have some of that green chili stew that Randy was cooking. I'm hungry. And y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. We love y'all, and we will see you on the next live or on one of your lives. Bye, y'all.